Joining me on this discussion as we look at the Rivers State political crisis, you agree with me, all that has popped up as a result of the crisis that degenerated even when the aspiration of the local government chairman, were brought up, and the spillover effect, the protests that took place, and of course the swearing in of the caretaker committee to head the local government councils. And all this crisis has degenerated to an extent where some have said, can the gap be closed? Issues surrounding the godfather and the godson are degenerating to a point where it seems to be affecting governance, or some seem to take this as an opportunity to collapse the reins of the state, has come to national discourse. And I will be having former local government chairman of Emohua, who is also a lecturer at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Dr. Chidi Lloyd. Good morning, Dr. Chidi.
Good morning, my dear brother there. I'd like to quickly make these corrections. I was a former lecturer,
Okay.
and a council chairman. I do not find it comfortable for you to refer to me as former council chairman.
But a caretaker committee was placed in, and
Yeah, a
as a
caretaker
result of
committee
that,
was
that makes
placed
you
in
not to be the
a
correct.
caretaker committee was placed in default. A caretaker committee that was placed during the pendency of subsisting suits at different levels of court. I'm sure you understand the implication of that. A caretaker committee that was brought in place on a repealed law of the River State House of Assembly. So all those are legalistic. So I'm sure you would allow the courts to make pronouncements on this before you refer to me as former chairman of EMOVA. I'd like you to correct that, or you do not refer to me as chairman at all.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chidi. Whatever way you want it, but let's look at the issues that has degenerated in Rivers State. And some have said the elongation of the tenure of the local government chairman, of which you are part of, is alien to the law, is alien to the constitution. And we had a chat, an interview with the Commissioner for Information of Rivers State, Joe Johnson, and he said that. Now, can you draw a nexus, or what are your thoughts in this? How do you react to that?
Well, it's unfortunate. I've always maintained that a lot of Nigerians have stopped reading. That is why someone can say that elongation of tenure is alien. I will refer you to section 135 of the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and several other sections in the Constitution that contemplates what can happen in the event that there is a force majeure, in the event that government is unable to conduct elections. So that it has not happened in Rivers State does not make it unconstitutional. However, I'd like to quickly tell you this, that the tenure of local governments across the Federation is not a constitutional matter. That is to say, you will not find it anywhere in the Constitution where it is said that this is the tenure or this shall be the tenure of local government. Rather, the Constitution has donated the powers to establish the structure, the finance, and the administration, etc., of local government to the state houses of assembly. And that is copiously captured in Section 7, Sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. So, what the River State House of Assembly, under the leadership of Martins Amewule, did was to invoke the doctrine of necessity when it perceived that the body movement of the governor or the government is not that of conducting elections, because we have what is known as the River State Local Government Law. And what does the law state? The law states that the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, which is also established pursuant to the laws of the Rivers State House of Assembly, shall make a publication 90 days before the expiration of the tenure of those in office. That is to say, 90 days before the expiration of the incumbents. Now, when that didn't happen, the Rivers State House of Assembly, fearing that there could be a vacuum, enacted the law. Is it their place to enact the law? Yes, because they are legislators. So we cannot say that the state assembly did anything wrong by enacting a law because it is in their power to do so. So when you say it is alien to law, one begin to wonder what law you are referring to, except you are not conversant with Cap 4 of the 1999 Constitution that empowers state legislatures, the legislature to make law for the good governance of states. Now, you also did say that the caretaker committee is in place. The man you referred to that was in your studio did not probably tell you that that law upon which the local government, the caretaker committees were screened, had been repealed by the Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Martin Semewule. The reason is that they would rather prefer to deal with a three-member House of Assembly in a 32-member House. All of that is subject to various litigation at various levels of court, whether three members of an assembly who had been hitherto suspended can sit down and make laws for a state. What then happens to quorum and all of that? So these issues are before the courts, and very soon the courts will begin to speak on them. So that at the end of the day, people will not be reckless when they find themselves in position of authority.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chidi. It's so unfortunate we are on this because if we take a retrospect on the party, the PDP, and all that transpired, you know, it used to be a one happy family for your union in Rivers State, and all of a sudden we started having camps, some pro Sim Fubara and some pro, you know, Wike, the former governor of Rivers State and current FCT minister. Now, some have also said that this could be machinations from the Wike factor to destabilize the government of Sim Fubara in order to set governance to a reverse. What do you make of this?
I take exception to that kind of talk. I take exception to that kind of talk. Nobody builds a house and destroy and turn around to destroy it. Sim Fubara was aided to become governor of Rivers State by the same man you say some are saying wants to destabilize his government. No. Sim Fubara may not have become governor, but for the assistance of Barrister Nyeso Wike, governor of Rivers State as he then was. So we knew all that played out before, during, and after the elections. That most of the problems the FCT minister has today is as a result of his insistence on the candidature of Sim Fubara. Unfortunately, all of those who didn't see any reason why Sim Fubara should be governor, all of those who referred to him as boy, who would not serve master and boy, are now his best friends. And of course, no man can choose any other person's friend for him. So he's within his right to choose his friends. This is just in reaction to what you have said that Governor Wike has set machineries in motion to distract the governor. No, the governor has distracted himself and continues to distract himself. So it's not about Governor Wike. You and I know that former Governor Wike is very busy in Abuja, and he's been referred to by so many as one of the leading lights in the Tinubu administration. That he will not be doing if he was distracted. But talk is cheap. A lot of people, especially now in River State, where nearly everybody has been called to bar, but no, of course, not the Nigerian Bar Association. So that's a response to what you just said.
Attempts have been made even by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to intervene into this crisis and resolve it. And to some extent, one was thinking that the resolution, the 8-point agenda, as he brought in, would resolve the issues. But rather, it worsened the rift. Uh, can you say categorically what faction or what side, whether pro-Wike or pro-Simfubara, could be held accountable for a breach of that agreement reached when the president
I
intervened
wish,
in the crisis?
I wish you had asked the commissioner for information this question when he came, because any response I give to you now, you may accuse me of being having taken sides. I wish you asked him and what was his response. We were before Mr. President. An 8-point agenda was read out, and signatures were appended, including that of the governor and his deputy, before no less a person than the president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we got back, and the governor addressed the state. The governor addressed the state in a statewide broadcast and told the state that nothing is too big, no price is too big for peace, and that having gone through the 8-point agenda, he discovered that it was not a death sentence. Only for the same governor to turn around and begin to sponsor people to go to all kinds of courts, challenging what he had freely appended his signature. So that gives you a bird's eye view into the character of the person we are talking about, with due respect. The governor has willfully distracted himself so that Rivers people will not ask him about the monies that have come in so far and what he's doing with the monies. So that's exactly what the governor is doing. I commend him for being able to play this kind of mind game on Rivers people. And of course, he's done so brandishing ethnicity, and forgets the ethnic groups that gave him the highest number of votes to become governor of Rivers State. As much as I do know that no one ethnic group can on its own suo to produce governor. But we are watching with very keen interest.
Okay, let's look at the aspect of this controversy that is still, a bit sketchy, but some have said that some in the pro-Wike faction have already sworn to an affidavit, particularly looking at the Amowele and 26 others, that they swore to an affidavit to be APC members, and then somehow turned around and said that they are not APC members, they are still PDP. What are the controversies? What's your reaction in this? Are the pro-Wike PDP members?
I'd like to quickly refer you to the judgment of Justice Okobule Basa. Maybe you have not been privileged to read the judgment of Justice Okobule Basa. If you have not, I'd like to create this scenario for you. Nigeria has a football match with Cameroon, and on the field, you have spectators who include South Africans, the British, the Americans, with Nigerian flag, waving the Nigerian flag in support of Nigeria. Now the question would be, does the mere raising of a Nigerian flag in support of the Nigeria team, does that confer citizenship on the spectators, on the supporters? The answer is no. If you had read Justice Okobule Basam's judgment, he says, look, it is not enough for a man to say, I am a member of a political party, or depose to an affidavit, you are a member of a political party. There are ingredients that make one a member of a political party. Your your ambition to belong to a political party will only come to fruition if you are a registered member of that political party and you have been issued a card. I think that is how it works. I can sit here in my community where I'm having this interview to say that I'm a staff of ITV Benin. I may even go ahead to print what looks like an ID card and brandish. Does that make me a staff of ITV? I will only be a staff of ITV if my name is on the nominal roll of the company. So that is how it works. Mere thinking, wishful thinking does not confer membership of a political party on anybody. So the
Thank you.
affidavit
Thank you, Dr. Chidi.
deposed
As
by
we,
the Honorable
okay,
Amewule
okay,
does not in itself confer membership of the All Progressive Congress on him.
okay. As we look towards closing the gap on the Rivers State political crisis, let's look at your reactions as regards the pronouncement by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, setting the election date for October 5th for local government councils, and what you see as the way forward in resolving this.
It's unfortunate. That's the only way I can describe it. I wish they had done this before the expiration, 90 days before the June 17th. I wish they had done this when there were no litigations. If parties are before a court and you have been asked to uh, maintain status quo, you would know that anything that is done that affects the rest of the matter is null and void. So, but that is not for me to say. We will leave it with the courts to pronounce at the appropriate time.
Thank you, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, for being part of this conversation. And I wish you the best as you go ahead. And I hope that you oblige us in our subsequent invites.